In a moment etched in American history, President-elect Donald Trump stood before a judge as a convicted man. Just days before his second inauguration, the weight of a criminal conviction settled upon him. The charges stemmed from a hush money payment made during the 2016 election, a scandal that followed Trump. The eyes of the nation were fixed on the courtroom as Judge Juan Merchan prepared to deliver the sentence. Would Trump face jail time? The tension was palpable. The courtroom buzzed with anticipation. This was no ordinary sentencing. This case cut to the heart of American democracy, testing power and accountability. Never before had a president-elect faced such a legal reckoning. The implications extended far beyond the courtroom. They would reverberate throughout the nation and have lasting consequences for the presidency itself. Judge Merchan's voice, firm and measured, filled the hushed courtroom as he announced his decision. President-elect Trump would not serve any time behind bars. There would be no fine, no probation. Instead, Trump received an unconditional discharge, a sentence that, while sparing him from the most severe penalties, did little to diminish the gravity of the situation. For the first time in American history, a convicted criminal would hold the office of the presidency. The judge's decision, while surprising to some, was carefully considered. Merchan acknowledged the unprecedented nature of the case, the unique challenges of sentencing a soon-to-be president. He spoke at length about the need to balance the severity of the crime with the potential impact on the country. To imprison a president-elect, he argued, would create a constitutional crisis, a disruption of democracy that could have far-reaching and unpredictable consequences. His decision, he emphasized, was not an endorsement of Trump's actions, but rather a recognition of the extraordinary circumstances at play. The courtroom became a microcosm of a deeply divided nation as the prosecution and defense presented their closing arguments. Prosecutor Joshua Steinglass, his voice resonating with controlled anger, argued that Trump's actions struck at the very heart of the justice system. He spoke of the need to hold those in power accountable, to send a clear message that no one, not even the president, is above the law. Steinglass acknowledged the extraordinary circumstances of the case, but insisted that Trump's conduct warranted punishment. To let him off without consequence, he argued, would set a dangerous precedent. Trump's attorney, Todd Blanche, countered with a fiery defense of his client. Blanche, recently appointed by Trump as Deputy U.S. Attorney General, painted a picture of a man unfairly targeted, a victim of political persecution. He spoke of the case as a witch hunt, a baseless attack orchestrated by Trump's enemies to derail his presidency. Blanche argued that Trump's actions were motivated not by malice or greed, but by a desire to protect his family and his campaign from false accusations. He implored the judge to consider the immense pressure Trump faced, the relentless scrutiny and attacks he endured. News of Trump's sentence spread like wildfire, igniting reactions across the country. Supporters cheered, waving Trump 2024 flags and proclaiming his innocence. Critics expressed outrage, calling the sentence a miscarriage of justice. Social media exploded with opinions, hashtags like #TrumpGuilty and #NoJail4Trump trending. The country, already polarized, seemed to fracture further along political lines. Trump took to Truth Social to declare victory. In all caps, he denounced the case as a hoax and a witch hunt. He thanked his supporters and vowed to continue fighting for America. The sentencing followed a Supreme Court ruling that allowed the proceedings. The court, in a 5-4 decision, rejected Trump's request to block the case. The ruling highlighted the limits of executive power and underscored that no one is above the law. As the dust settles on the Trump hush money case, a sense of unease lingers. The nation is left to grapple with the implications of a president who has been found guilty of a crime, a president who has repeatedly attacked the very institutions designed to hold him accountable. The case, with its complex legal arguments and partisan passions, has exposed deep rifts in American society. It has raised profound questions about the rule of law, the integrity of elections, and the future of American democracy. The hush money payment itself, a tawdry affair involving an adult film star and allegations of infidelity, has become almost secondary to the larger issues at stake. It serves as a stark reminder of the dark undercurrents that have come to define American politics in the Trump era. The case has fueled a climate of distrust and suspicion, making it increasingly difficult to have rational conversations about the challenges facing the nation.